Welcome to Charlie Ward's Daily News.
Good morning, everybody. Today is the 3rd of February 2025. It's Monday. There's been lots going on over the weekend and also the last week. We've got planes dropping out the sky. We've got fires on runways. Lots of weird things going on with planes. Seems like there's a plane in trouble every day of the week at the moment. Strange things out there, Drew. What's your first story of the day?
My first story is massive protest in London, free Tommy Robinson. Over 100,000 people gathered from the cenotaph to the South Bank, waving red, white, and blue flags, demanding the release of Tommy Robinson. This demonstrates the ongoing tension in the UK surrounding free speech, nationalism, and law enforcement. Robinson supporters see him as a free speech advocate, while critics label him as diverse. The scale of this protest shows how deeply people feel about these issues, but the government's response will determine whether this movement gains momentum or fades. What's your thoughts, Paul?
I think we need our own Trump in the UK, that's for sure. People are getting locked up for the most strange reasons you can imagine. And honestly, I think the UK is going to change like the USA. Time will tell, though. My first story of the day. Elon Musk has accused USAID officials of trying to block an audit by the Department of Government Efficiency, his agency tasked with cutting federal spending. Two senior USAID security officials were placed on leave after reportedly denying DOJ inspectors access to classified materials. Musk called USAID a criminal organisation and accused it of misusing taxpayer funds. Meanwhile, the agency's website and social media accounts went offline as the White House considers merging USAID into the State Department. The audit's full findings have yet to be released. Sounds like another corrupt agency's getting taken down by DOJ, Drew.
It's all happening. We need a checklist.
That we do.
My next story, chaos in Dallas. Protests against ICE and in favour of illegal immigrants turned chaotic in Dallas. Immigration remains a heated issue in the US, and protests like these highlight the deep divide on border policies. My opinion, if the protests escalate into violence, it could undermine the cause they seek to support, potentially pushing moderates towards stricter immigration policies. Paul?
I think immigration is a hot topic at the moment. Illegal aliens gaining entry illegally into people's countries, they should be tried as criminals, not as refugees, because as we all know, most of them aren't refugees. We know that. The US has carried out airstrikes in northern Somalia, targeting ISIL fighters in the Golis Mountains. President Trump said the strikes killed key figures and destroyed ISIL hideouts without harming civilians. Somali officials confirmed the attack, calling it a major step in their ongoing offensive against the group. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the operation weakens ISIL's ability to plan attacks. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed thanked the US for its support as the fight against terrorism in the region continues.
And my next story is Trump's Justice Department has dismissed every federal prosecutor involved in January the 6th cases. This signals a major shift in how the Trump administration intends to handle past prosecutions. It could be seen as a push to move on from the event or an attempt to correct what Trump supporters see as politically motivated cases. This move will likely spark outrage from the left, while Trump's base will see it as justice being served. Either way, it's a bold political statement.
And my next one, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is in Washington to meet with President Trump and discuss the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire deal. Talks will focus on securing the release of remaining hostages and addressing broader regional security issues. Netanyahu, under pressure from his far-right coalition to resume military action, says he is committed to ensuring Israel's security. This marks his first US visit since the ICC issued a warrant against him. Trump, who has taken credit for the ceasefire, is expected to reaffirm strong US-Israel ties during their meeting.
President Putin claims Europe's elite will soon bow to Trump. This reflects Russia's view that Europe lacks strong leadership and will have no choice but to align with Trump's policies. The outlook, while Putin's words are provocative, Europe's response will determine whether this is a mere theoretic or a real shift in global power dynamics.
I think everybody in Europe is going to bend the knee to Trump. Well, they're all potless as well. You know, these sanctions have decimated their economies. Europe is in massive debt to the US as well. They can't not but bend the knee. The UK is set to become the first country to criminalise AI tools that generate child abuse content. Under new laws, possessing, creating, or distributing these AI generated images will carry up to 5 years in prison. Websites promoting child abuse will also face stricter penalties. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper called AI driven abuse a growing threat, urging other nations to follow suit. The Internet Watch Foundation warns that AI is fueling a rise in child exploitation, with thousands of illegal images detected online in just 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
quite surprised though that they've made that decision so quickly.
I think for once, this is one of those decisions that you can make quickly. There's no if, buts, or maybes. AI being used to generate this sort of content is completely wrong. And I can't see any problem with this law coming in. If anything, death penalty for child abusers. That's my personal opinion.
Marines deployed to Guantanamo Bay for immigration control. The Marines are reinforcing the Migrant Operations Center to help manage the border crisis. The Biden administration was criticized for weak border policies. Now, Trump is doubling down on security. This move aligns with the Trump's hardline stance on immigration and will likely be supported by conservatives while drawing criticism from human rights groups.
The Rafah crossing between Gaza and Egypt has reopened after 8 months, allowing 37 sick and wounded Palestinians to leave for medical treatment in Egypt. The World Health Organization says 34 children and 3 adults were among the evacuees. The crossing, closed since May when Israeli forces took control, reopened as part of a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. The WHO estimates around 14,000 people in Gaza need urgent medical care. Meanwhile, Israel and Hamas continue their hostage prisoner exchange under the ongoing truce. So that's a bit of good news, Drew. People who need real medical care can go get it.
A major FAA system failure led to flight delays coming right after 2 deadly plane crashes. Aviation safety and infrastructure are under scrutiny, with concerns about outdated systems. The timing is alarming. The FAA must urgently modernise its infrastructure to prevent further disruptions. So, what they're saying is their system's too old, it's going down the pot, and all the planes are going to end up crashing everywhere.
Well, Drew, I think they're trying to cover their asses because somebody's going to get the finger pointed at them for these deaths over these plane crashes. And at the moment, they're the governing body. The puck stops with them.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to cover their asses. Ukrainian President Zelensky says he has no idea where claims of $200 billion in US aid come from, insisting Ukraine received only about $75 billion. President Trump and his administration have repeatedly questioned the massive aid figures, with Trump pausing all foreign aid for 90 days to review spending. India revises crypto tax policies. India is considering lowering its harsh crypto tax rules to align with stock market regulations. This could mean a boost to India's crypto industry, making it more attractive for investors. A balanced tax policy could encourage innovation while maintaining government oversight.
A cryptic message from Iraq suggests a major political shift. This could signal regime change, new economic policies, or geopolitical realignment. Given Iraq's history of instability, skepticism is warranted. The details of the announcement will determine its true impact.
Market chaos as tariffs hit Mexico, Canada, and China. Global markets reacted negatively to Trump's new tariffs. Trade wars often lead to inflation and market volatility. But Trump is gambling that the tariffs will strengthen US industry, but history shows mixed results.
Panama cancelled its agreement with China following a discussion with the US officials. This signals growing US influence in Latin America and a potential reduction in China's global economic grip. The move strengthens US interests, but Panama must ensure it doesn't over rely on either superpower.
And I've got my last story of the day, and this one needs to make you think about your finances. Barclays faces extended banking crisis. Barclays customers are struggling to access funds amid a 3-day outage. The situation is damaging customer trust and could lead to an exodus from the bank. Banks have to be more transparent during crises. Leaving customers in limbo is unacceptable. We are talking about cash machines not working. We are talking about people not being able to complete on houses. We are talking about people not being able to pay debt. A digital society is very worrying. Imagine not having access to money for 3 days. And as we all know, people aren't sitting there hoarding food, hoarding water, and I don't know, having an alternative means to pay their bills. Their bills just come out of bank accounts. That's what they do. So people need to understand a digital, cashless society is very worrying indeed.
Well, it's definitely a tester, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's what's to come. That's
yeah.
why we need to be prepared, which I am.
Imagine just having your money switched off.
Yeah.
It's scary. It really is scary.
And my last story of the day, Sean Diddy Coombs was rushed to hospital due to knee pain. There's speculations about his condition and treatment in prison. If this becomes a high-profile case, it could spark debates on prison healthcare standards.
He's probably just using it as an excuse to get access to something or someone. Knee pain, come on. Really? He's probably having a meltdown that he's been caught. And that was the news on Monday, the 3rd of February 2025. Thanks for joining us this week. Looks like there's going to be some more revelation, shall we say, about Doge and the criminal things they're finding in the US government. And who knows? There's lots of strange things going on at the moment. I just pray a plane doesn't fall out of the sky over my house. And we've got to point our eyes a little bit towards crypto because it took a massive dump over the weekend. We shall see what's going to come. XRP, I still hold true that you're going to rise out of the ashes like a phoenix and make us all very happy. So all that's left for me to say is thank you, God bless, and take care. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Hi guys, this is a personal message from me. If you see a video on Facebook, you are following an imposter. I am not on Facebook. I have not been on Facebook since June 2020 when they removed me. Please redirect to watch all of my videos at charlieward.com. All official social media links are on my website. We urge you to stop following fake channels. I will never message you in a video. I will never ask you for money. I will never message you privately. I will never contact you directly. I will never ask you to email any information directly. I will never sell you cryptocurrency or any currency or ask you to open a quantum financial system wallet. Please do not get caught by these scammers who are out there. I do not endorse other truthers so that an imposter can say that I've said this. I will not ask you directly or indirectly to open a quantum wallet, so please be careful. If you want to check out the validity of anything, contact us directly via our website at charlieward.com. There's a contact page there. We have a customer care team there to help you.